Well, joining us now is Tony Perkins, president of the Family Research Council and host of Washington Watch with Tony Perkins. Tony, welcome back to Faith Nation. So we're talking hits and misses. From your perspective, Tony, how would you rate the president's first year in office?
John, it's been a tough year for him, but I will tell you last night was probably the worst as the Senate made the move to try and change the filibuster rules. The fact that we've had a filibuster since the Senate came into being. And so what this did is took away a club that Chuck Schumer has been using over the last year to try to force the Republicans along with the agenda. Now, this was a major game of political chicken, and Chuck Schumer lost. He's left with just a bunch of feathers. This was a significant tactical win for Mitch McConnell, and I think it is going to have more influence and effect upon the remainder of the Biden administration than anyone really thinks.
I would tend to agree with you, and I think a lot of political observers agree as well. Tony, I know that you campaigned or you were working to re-elect Donald Trump, so this is a little bit of a tough question for you. But if forced, is there anything that you could point to as a positive?
Well, it would be really difficult because the president yesterday in his press conference said he has accomplished an enormous amount. Of course, a lot of people snickered at that, but I wasn't, because he has accomplished a lot for the far left. When you look at what he has done through the administrative state when it comes to the life issue, when it comes to religious liberty issues, he has systematically dismantled a lot of the gains that were made for pro-lifers under the Trump administration. But we have the backstop, obviously, of the Supreme Court taking the Dobbs case, a decision coming in that case where many anticipate that the issue of abortion could be sent back to the states, making America once again a predominantly pro-life nation.
Tony, I'm glad we have you on today. Speaking of religious liberty, last week President Biden issued a proclamation for Religious Freedom Day, noting that the founders enshrined the principle as a cornerstone in the Constitution. He talked about how faith played prominently personally in his own life, a beacon of hope for him and what he called a calling of purpose. He also called on all Americans to rededicate themselves to the fundamental principles of religious freedom. Tony, did he go far enough?
Well, rhetoric is one thing, and I'm grateful for proclamations, but I want to see a record established that would take that rhetoric and put it into action. And the opposite is what we see from this administration, whether it's on domestic issues or foreign policy issues. We just saw a report this week from Open Doors USA that now the #1 place where Christians are being persecuted is in Afghanistan. And the reason cannot be disconnected from the U.S. withdrawal and the way we withdrew from Afghanistan. So our policies as a nation have tremendous implications for religious freedom, not just for folks here at home, but all around the world.
That's right. Afghanistan knocking off North Korea, which has been the top spot for 20 years. Tony Perkins with the Family Research Council, we always appreciate your time. Thanks for being with us this evening.
Thanks, John.